Welcome to Calaveras County Community Info Center dashboard. We wanted to give you a brief overview on what you can see here on the dashboard and the information that it can provide to you. The Cases tab down at the bottom here is selected, and right now we are on the COVID-19 tab on top. Now this data is current, and you will find it right here as of the 27th of January at 12:01 p.m. On the left-hand side, it gives you the tests conducted and a little bit information on the bottom. Now, if that's too small for you, we can click this white circle here and it will open up to a brand new screen, giving you the detailed information, same as the page before, but just a little bit bigger. To go back to the main dashboard, you just hit that white circle again, and there you go. Now, on the bottom here, you'll notice that the Cases tab is selected. You can go across and hit additional information, and that's where you'll get that there. Back to the Cases tab, and so on. In the middle, total confirmed cases over time based on test date, right here. Now again, if that's too small for you, you can enlarge that. And you'll see it's from March 2020 right to the 27th. If you want to, you can toggle this bar right here, and it'll give you a little bit more information per month. On the line graph, there are circles, and if you toggle over that, you'll see that as of October 24th, 2020, the county total of positive cases was 352. If we go up to the top here closer to today's date, that was the 21st of January 2021, and the county total at that time was approximately 1,600. Back to the main dashboard. Bottom here, we have the total cases over time that we were just looking at. Next tab is new cases per day. A little bit different of a graph. We'll enlarge that again for you. And that gives you from the beginning of COVID start to the 27th. Let's toggle this just to hone in on a specific month. So let's go to October here and this graph. Toggle over and you'll see that that was the 15th of October, and there were 5 cases on that day specifically. Go to one that's a little bit larger here. That was November 30th, 2020, and there were 33 cases on that date. Go back to the main dashboard. And this tab right here will give you the county level cases map. That's where you'll find that information. Just to the right of that, the current monitoring status of Calaveras County at the moment is Tier 1 purple, which is widespread. This is the status is being determined by CDPH, which is the California Department of Public Health. For more information, you can visit their website by clicking this link right here, Blueprint for a Safer Economy, and if you click that, it will open up in a new tab for you. Just below that, cases by age, 0 to 17. If you toggle over in any of these, you can still get the same information. 0 to 17, 132 cases to date. 18 to 49, 721, and so on. And that's cases by age. Just to the right of that is your gender. Males, 735 to date, were tested positive in Calaveras County. Females, 868, not reported, 17. You can go by zip code as well, and the same thing applies here. You can toggle over, you can enlarge it if you like, toggle over, and it gives you the cases and the zip codes there too. To the main dashboard. And that basically is our COVID-19 portion of our dashboard. We will be touching on the other ones as well, so stay tuned for that. All right, so moving on to our COVID-19 test sites tab here on the top at Calaveras County Community Info Center dashboard. You'll notice on the left-hand side, it just gives you a little bit of information here, talking about being tested, no insurance needed, no appointment needed. To register for testing at Ironstone, you click there. For all other test sites below, click here. And if you want to minimize this, you can select this button here, see more of the map. Expand and minimize. Now you'll notice there are 4 red dots. These are the testing sites. You will notice it here as well. This button will allow you to expand and minimize. Okay. Now here it says Calaveras Consolidated Fire, gives you the address and the time, but what is the date? Click on it. This is where it is. Hit this arrow right here and it will give you the date. and the time there. Okay, we can X out of that and it brings you back to this screen. If you wanted to see more of the map, you can minimize this as well. You can also expand it back up. And that is the COVID-19 test sites tab. To the PG&E outage PSPS tab. This looks a lot like PG&E's website, and if you needed to go there, you can just hit this button as well. Now let's put in a service address here. Let's put in 891 Mountain Ranch Road. Okay, so power is currently on, and those are the details below. You can put in your address there and find out about your power and what kind of status that holds with PG&E. X out of that. This gives you the current outages. This gives you the future PSPS outages. So nothing that I can see here with future. Current outages, there you have it. Okay. This is their legend right here with 1 to 49. So if it's green, 1 to 49 households are affected by that outage. And that's basically the PG&E outage PSPS tab for our Calaveras County Community Info Center dashboard. Our Calaveras County Community Info Center dashboard focusing on evacuation, emergency evacuation application here. So this gives you a little bit of information concerning the emergency evacuation. You can read that at your leisure. Once you have done that, you hit the OK, and it brings you to their main page. Okay, so the application usage information is here to the left-hand side. You can read that. It just kind of gives you an overview of what you're seeing. You'll notice here that you have a few different icons at the top. Right now we are on the information icon. If you wanted to minimize this to see more of the map, you can do that. And to get it back, you just hit this arrow down at the bottom here. The information tab. Okay, off to the right hand side, you will notice that we have a bunch of zeros. If there was any evacuation, or information, let's say for instance on this one here, the evac shelters, if there were any in our county, you would notice that number here. If we had 2, the number 2 would be there, and so on for the rest. If you need to minimize this to see more of the area. Now on this area, you'll notice that it is sectioned into grids, and that is for your benefit as well. But this is kind of the main area that you're wanting to look at. If anything was there, you could click on it and it would give you the information. So active evac zones, if there was anything and you clicked on that, it would show you that there. And that's basically the evacuation application tab on our Calaveras County Community Info Center page. Moving on to the next tab, which is the Cal OES Webcams tab on our Calaveras County Community Info Center dashboard. This is kind of cool. So on the left-hand side here, you will notice that there are different colors of arrows. These are the fire cameras, traffic cameras, tsunami cameras, other cameras. Now what we're zoomed in on here is Calaveras County, specific to Mountain Ranch and San Andreas. This little arrow here, you can click on that, and that's a red, it's a fire. So a fire camera here. Click on it, it gives you a little bit of information. So this location is Sierra Vista. More info, if you tap on that, it will actually bring you to the webcam, open up in a different tab. Okay, X out of that, and that's pretty basic. Now if you wanted to zoom out and see more cameras, you'll notice them there. This, of course, is Calaveras County within this grid line, and there are more cameras that you can click on. And that's the Cal OES Webcam tab on our Calaveras County Community Info Center dashboard. Moving on to our next tab, which is the Fire Incidents tab. It does say 2020, but it is current. We're just going to be changing that tab here in the near future. Off to the left-hand side, the wildfires. Dillard, Freedom, and Panther Ridge. Let's click on Panther Ridge, and you click on the down arrow, it will open up for you. You can toggle over it and highlight it. Click on it and it'll give you a little bit more information. This is where it's at. You'll notice that there's an arrow here. If you click on that arrow, it will open up to a screen that gives you a little bit more information. So for instance, the fire discovery date and time is right here. Okay, to get back to your main screen for fire incidents, click on the X, and there you have it. You can also select a highlighted area to do the same thing as on the left-hand side. And that's basically the Fire Incidents tab on the Calaveras County Community Info Center dashboard. The Weather tab, we're going to highlight weather at the moment, and then we'll move to weather stations on the Calaveras County Community Info Center dashboard. Okay, what you can notice here at the bottom is a play button, and currently it is at Thursday the 28th at 10 a.m. You can go retroactive on that by clicking on the bar, 4 a.m., but you can also move ahead. So that is Sunday at 12 p.m., Wednesday 3 to 6 a.m., and so on. Weather stations, we'll click on that tab. Okay, so let's put in here our city of San Andreas, California. And that will zoom right in to San Andreas. And right now we are currently at 21 miles per hour with the wind, current wind speeds. If you wanted to zoom out, over on the right hand side, you can hit the minus button and zoom out. Zoom in with the plus and zoom out with the minus. Moving to our last tab on the Calaveras County Community Info Center dashboard is air quality. The first thing I want to bring your attention to, on the right hand side here, it says find address or place. Click on that and let's put in San Andreas, California. Brings you to San Andreas on the map, and I will X out of this box. And you'll notice that there is a green circle with the number 37 on it. To find out what that means, over on the right hand side just below your address is the legend. Click on that box and you'll notice here that green means good and it's within 0 to 50, and ours is 37, so that's accurate. If it were yellow, it would be moderate, orange, sensitive groups, and so on. So that concludes our overview of the Calaveras County Community Info Center dashboard.